Right, morning. Peter here from Discovery Caravans and Adventures. We've got a Truma Aventa Generation 1 air conditioning unit. And I've done a video before about removing the filters for cleaning because they get quite dirty. But this time we're going to do a more in-depth clean because we spent a lot of time in the south of France with the dust and everything, and we've got two hairy dogs that come away with us. So the Caravan filters in the air conditioning unit, which is running a lot of the time, gets quite dirty. So what I'm going to do on this instance, I'm going to remove the filters first of all in more detail. So what you want to do is put your fingers just inside the filter vents and then just pull gently, and they should then just slide away. Be careful because the medium there, which is the filter medium, is quite fragile, and although for normal use, occasional use and probably with no dogs, the filters are absolutely fine, but the actual holes in the filter are quite large, so they let a lot of dust and dog hair and things like that through. So you know, they could do with really a slightly better filter if you've got animals, but these are the only ones that are available. I don't know if the new Gen 2 Truma Aventa is any better, but that's how they come off, and they just come off of these lugs here, and then when you put them back on, it's the same process. Just be careful that you don't damage this, because this part has this sort of clip in under here. So I'm just going to remove the other one, and what we do with those is we wash those in warm soapy water and then a little bit of bleach over them as well to whiten them up. So I'm just going to do the same again. And that one's off, and as you can see there, these were cleaned not that long ago and they're quite dirty already. But we also use an air purifier in the Caravan, which we sort of sit here. This is our 2018 Swift Challenger 580, and we found by having an air purifier running, that actually helps keep this a lot cleaner, because that captures a lot of the dust and everything that's floating around. And I say, when you're down in the south of France or Spain or Italy, wherever you may go, and if you've got dogs, there's a lot of dust, and that all ends up floating in the air and getting sucked into the air conditioning unit. So all the power's off, so there's no mains power connected at all. And what there is here is the first time I've taken this off, so I don't know what's behind here, but already I can see a lot of dirt build up inside, and this is sort of discoloured with dust and everything over the years that we've been using it. And I say, this has had an extensive use. We've just come back from 3.5 weeks in France now, and again, very, very dusty conditions, because nearly 40 degrees down there a lot of the time. So this has really had a good workout. So Allen key goes in here. There's 1, 2, 3 Allen key points. So we can see if we can get those undone. No, they're quite tight. Let's just try along the side, crack those off. What I'm going to do is crack them all off first before I start unwinding them all out, just because they are a bit tight. Notice there also that's coming down, so I don't know why that's loose. Maybe it's just because the filter's not on. Just going to do the same this side. Put that in on the locating and just crack them off. These are actually quite tight. This was installed by Truma. One of the factory engineers came down and installed it on our Caravan about 3 years ago. Let's just see if that's loose enough to turn. Nope, still very, very tight. I'm going to get the 4 end ones out first. Just trying to see if there's a thread lock on there. So there might be something on there actually. Actually put a little tiny bit of thread lock back on it when I put it all back together, just because when you're doing sort of 2,000-mile round trips in one hit through Europe, the caravans tend to get shook about quite a bit, and we always take spare screws and a screwdriver with us, because usually we find that there are some screws that come out of a cupboard or a hinge or a cooker or something that needs putting back in whilst we're away. It's coming out now. Now there are electrical connections behind here which I'm going to probably need to disconnect when I take it apart. And obviously you have the outlet to the main roof unit, and I believe there's spacers in there. So I'll have to just be careful of the spacers as I take them out, and then have a good look at them. But we'll see in a minute, once we get this all off, what we've got. And the reason I'm taking this off is because I want to give it a good deep clean, because as I say, the vents here are starting to get quite grubby inside with fine dust. It's the same with your home air conditioning unit, they get the same unless you take them apart and clean them up. You can see the dirt here that's built up over the last 3 years. This is the first time this has been off in 3 years of ownership, even though we clean the filters regularly. Now, I'm not going to take this one right out. Very tight. I'm just going to get it mostly wound out, and then I'll go and do the other one, because I don't want to be trying to do it with one screw in and then it pulling on the unit. It's coming a bit looser now. Right, let's leave that just in there and go back to this one. So this is just being recorded on a phone, so we can't really up the speed for you. So you just bear with us, this is being recorded as it happens. Take this one right out now. Again, be careful, because you saw how that started to drop, so get ready. Ideally have somebody else holding it when you take it out. So I'm going to keep my hand there while I take this last screw out, and again this is why I wanted to get it all slackened off first. Now I'm anticipating there being some wiring, which there is. That looks like that's just on a clip to unclip there. Be careful, because there's a lot of little wiring circuits down here, so you don't want to overstrain those. So this one's got to come out. There we go, and that disconnects that, and the whole unit then comes away. That's obviously your spacer that goes up, but you can see the amount of dirt over 3 years, dust and that, which is built up whilst we've been using the system. And the main bits I want to clean out are all inside here, get all this dirt off of here. So it's something that's definitely worth doing. And what I'll do is, once this has all been cleaned up and put back, I shall run an air conditioning steriliser in the Caravan, just ones that you can get in the supermarkets, where I'm just going to put this down a second, where you just get the little canisters, you press a button, it starts dispersing a fogging agent, shut the caravan up, same as you would in a car, leave the air conditioning running and let it actually suck it all up and sterilise everything. Anyway, hope you found that helpful. I'll stop now because I'm going to clean it all up, but then when I put it back together again, I'll do another video, a part 2 of us reinstalling it, which obviously will be a lot quicker. What we'll do while we're here, we just give you a quick show of the inside of our 580. So this is a 2018 Swift Challenger 580. Again, standard microwave in them. Obviously you got your sink, your fridge, that's where we mount our TV when we're away. Got the Audi central heating. So we've got our aqua roll in here because I've just sterilised that. But that's the bathroom, full size shower, wash hand basin, mirror, cupboard, shelving, toilet, etc. Anyway, hope you found that helpful, and I'll do a part 2 when I'm reinstalling the system once I've cleaned it all up. That'll be a much shorter one, but I hope you found this useful. As I say, if you've got your own Truma air conditioning system, I would suggest doing this to keep it clean. Let me know your thoughts. Did you realise there were filters in it that needed replacing, or not replacing but cleaning, but though you do need to be very careful with them because they are very fragile? And did you even think about the amount of dust and that which gets sucked in and embedded inside the air conditioning unit? I personally feel they could do some better sort of filtration on them, especially when you've got pets. But let me know your thoughts. If you haven't already subscribed, really appreciate you subscribing, and give us a thumbs up if you like the content of the video. But please give us some feedback on what your thoughts are on the air conditioning units. Have you ever taken yours apart and cleaned it out? Is it something that you're now thinking, oh, I might do that? Anyway, all the very best. Bye.